The reason why pedophilia continues to be a prevalent issue within our society is the fact that, one, parents are too trusting. People are too trusting of other people. You think, okay, this is my friend, this is my family, this and all of that. You forget that pedophilia and a lot of child and sexual abuses come from within the family unit and with people that are most familiar to you. Now, we live in a society where justice is almost non-existent. So it falls upon us as parents, as uncles, as members of the society to, try to prevent this from happening as much as possible, because most times you're not going to get any recourse from the law. Now, let me go back to my point. Parents are too trusting. You think, oh, this is my brother. Oh, this is my sister. Oh, this is my uncle, my cousin, my friend, my blah, blah, blah. So you feel like your children are safe with them. Now, what you're not taking into account is the fact that you do not know how that person's past experiences are being transferred towards your kids in a sexual manner. You do not know anything about their past. You don't know. Or maybe you know some parts of their past, and you know that maybe they had been abused by a child, as a child rather. You don't now know that can also make them, transfer that as a predator towards your child. Because pedophilia, whether you like it or not, is a mental illness, right? So whether you're saying they should castrate them or take them into prison for 1,000 years or whatever, that doesn't stop the urges. It is a mental illness, right? So let us start by not being too trusting. Stop sending your children to a sleepover. Why are your kids going to a sleepover? Can you vouch for what happens at that sleepover? Can you vouch for it? Right? Even if it's your family member, doaka nantege, because most of these cases, like I mentioned before, start from the family. Let me give you an example. A lady I once knew told me that she had this from hell relative that was living with them at that time and taking them to school, her and her siblings. Now the man would come to her and be saying things like, oh, my wife, oh, fine girl, this and that. Keep in mind, she was barely 7 years old at this time. So when he drops her siblings, he would drop the siblings first at school and then proceed to go drop her at her own school. She would then run to the back seat and sit down, because there was a way the man he looked at her and made her feel uncomfortable. She absolutely detested the fact that he would always say, my wife, and all of that. So she would run to the back seat. Now this man went and reported her to her parents, saying that this your child is so disrespectful. Me, as old as I am, she's coming and sitting at the back seat as if she's one small madam and all of that. And she said before she even had a chance to say anything, beating from left, right, and center from her parents, beat her up, beat the heck out of her, and said, this little child, you don't have respect for this man. Come on, apologize to him. How can you go and sit in the back seat? Come on, sit down in the front. Okay. She now started sitting down in the front. They'll drop her siblings at school. The man would take her to school. Do you know that this man started to put his fingers into her underwear, into her panties? He put his fingers in her vagina. Yes. And she had to endure this for a long time, for the whole duration that he would take them to school. She was going through this because the people that were meant to protect her ended up protecting her predator. Trusting. Nigerians and Africans, we do that a lot. We are too trusting. Now, pedophiles, right? They have this trait where a lot of them don't even offend. They're pedophiles that don't offend. Yes. And I can talk about that in a separate video, not this one. But then the ones that do offend, they often have that urge to want to offend and that urge to not want to offend. Like they feel so terrible afterwards. I've worked with pedophiles and known pedophiles before. And a lot of them are the sweetest people that you can ever come across. It's just that we don't have the resources in place or the support systems in place to help them in most developing countries. Even developed countries are struggling, not talk of developing countries like Nigeria, right? So it falls on us to protect these children. Let me say something first. Some pedophiles are not just male pedophiles. Females can be pedophiles as well. Did you know that? Did you know that there are people that are sexually attracted to babies? Yes, right? I see a lot of parents, they expose their kids anyhow. Maybe their kids run out and they're like in their underwear, or they're not even wearing anything at all, and there's a neighbor around, their family members around, and this and that, and you think, oh, now small pikin, now the kids are safe, but you do not know what their experiences are. So we need to stop doing this, because it's like dangling a carrot in front of a bunny, right? You're putting candy in front of a kid and expecting them not to take. A lot of times these urges cannot be controlled. They cannot be controlled. They need to express that urge, just like an addict would need a fix, right? To get back to that high. So it's a very complicated issue that we're still trying to understand. But in the meantime, let us play our parts as parents. You know what I mean? So these are the issues. These are the issues. Parents are too trusting. Oh, this is my uncle, this is my auntie, this is my... Bullshit. Yes, I said it. That is not an excuse. Protect these children. Another thing I want to quickly touch on. Overexposing your kids sexually. Why? Because you want to trend on social media. You put your child in ridiculous outfits and all of that. Let that child learn how to be a child until they get to the stage where they can now do it without any issues. I saw a kid, this child cannot be more than 9 years old, half top, full belly button exposed, with the crack of her bum showing. Why? What are we saying your bum outside for? A 9-year-old or 10-year-old child. Ridiculous. So these are the issues. The moment we start to pay attention to this, right, that is when things will begin to change, especially in a country where you probably would never get any recourse from the law. People are saying, it's not possible. How could he have done it, this and that? How could he not have? Do you know his experiences? So let us just end it there. And please, as a final warning, stop sending child pornography videos. When someone sends you that, delete it. You can send the message without sharing that video or sharing that to continue hurting that child, because 50 years down the line, that child opens that thing and it will continue to hurt them. And every time you watch that video, you are perpetuating in child pornography.